Hello, everybody,
Welcome back.
to the Talent Managers podcast.
Again, we've literally recorded this all 15 minutes ago.
Yeah, I didn't record. Anyway, yeah, I can't believe that we're like a week into May already. That's really freaking me out. You're laughing because we just said this like 2 minutes ago.
This ties perfectly into this episode because it's like Insta versus reality, like why you shouldn't be an influencer, everything's fake. We literally have already said all of this and I can't keep it together. I mean, I guess that just shows how real I am.
You're really real. So, we are a week into May. I can't believe it's literally the middle of the year almost already. Almost.
No, that's very scary. I don't like to think about that.
Almost 2 months ago was my birthday. That's gone so fast. March went like that. April, a bit slower. Do you feel like this month's gone fast? April, sorry, has gone fast.
Everything from February to now is a blur. January was the slowest month.
I genuinely think like March was so busy for me because essentially I had my birthday and then I went to London and then I went to Manchester and then I went to Milan. My reason...
When did you go to London? What was that for?
The PLT event. I drove, remember I went...
Oh,
so,
yeah!
This is what happened in this month. I don't think I actually explained this.
Mm-hmm.
So I had my birthday,
Yeah.
which my party I wish I could redo. Like, I'm just going to put it out there. There was too many people there that shouldn't have been there. Like, tea. Basically, I think my birthday is a very triggering time anyway. I'm sure. Do you feel like that on your birthday?
No, I love my birthday. It's all about me.
Yeah, I think that's why it really gives me anxiety. And
I don't like being the centre of attention or having things on me unless it's my birthday week.
there was like a lot of reminders of my past.
Okay.
Because I invited everyone I've ever known, basically.
Yeah, it was quite a big birthday.
Yeah, and
I've never had one of those.
yeah, I kind of wish I hadn't, to be honest with you. Like, basically, I just felt quite triggered because...
You're going to share with the class why?
So I spilled the tea.
Yeah.
Not
it's a
really
safe
tea,
space.
but essentially, I was so triggered because my ex from when I was 16, 15, was annoyed that his friends were at my birthday.
That's weird. Sorry. That is weird.
So, and I hadn't thought about this in so long, and it fucking triggered me. It literally made me like, not about him, just like it put me back, and I was like, oh my god, that was awful that time.
Yeah.
And I literally freaked out. So then I was like, okay, I am catch flights, not feelings, but like sadness. I was like, okay, I'm away. Spent the whole month not at home.
Yeah, that's one reason why we didn't record is because I had just gotten back from being away and then you were away for ages.
So I went to London with Emily for a PLT Women's Day event.
Yep.
Then I went to Manchester.
I forget I was in London. In my head, that was always in Manchester.
Yeah, no, we went down to London. I love being in London. You're the same, wish we were always there.
Yeah, every time I go, I'm like, oh, why don't I live here?
Yeah, and then I went to Manchester, went out for dinner. Why did I go to Manchester? Went for breakfast with the girls from Dean Rabbie. They were lovely. Then I got home, went, I can't be at home right now. Flew to Milan to see Sophie.
Lucky you.
I literally, this is actually what we're going to come into today. Working in this industry, the freedom it gives you.
We're going to share our pros and cons of what the industry is really like and why you shouldn't be an influencer, because it's not all as glamorized as it seems, but still the really good parts that also no one really talks about. So
the good part of working in this industry and literally working for myself was the fact that I had been at home for like 3 days, and I think this was like maybe the Friday. I was like, I can go to Milan next Thursday, and I was like,
YOLO.
I'm doing it. Booked a flight to Milan. The Thursday I was there till the following Tuesday. That's a pro of this industry, and that was very much needed. Well, I did still have a breakdown when I got home, but
Anyway,
it's fine. We're going to move on.
Shall we start talking about that then?
Of the pros and cons
of
the industry.
You just mentioned freedom. Is that one of yours?
Yeah, that was my major pro of working in the industry, and I think that goes for talent, influencers, and our job, the influencer kind of manager. I know that people that kind of work brand side, they probably do have to be based in office and things like that. It's not
like
quite
a lot of it is a nine
to five sort of thing. Which, you know what, that has its silver linings, guys. the 9 to 5.
Yeah, there are perks to that, like being able to have a regular routine, structure, your work day ends when you leave type of thing.
Because essentially, like, going into, like, the whole freedom thing, obviously it's actually beneficial for an influencer's career to travel and to go elsewhere and take pictures and make their content interesting.
Yeah, but also, like, think about how many brand opportunities are last minute. Like, there's literally a photo shoot happening in less than 2 weeks.
Well, when we're recording this right now,
it'll be in 3 days. We still don't even know if that's going ahead or not.
Both of our talent have been put forward for this, by the way.
Yeah.
Like, and we don't know.
And we don't know, and it's like, are we going to have to go down to London in less than in 2 weeks' time or not? We have no idea.
Know.
We're not realistically going to hear until next week now because it's the weekend.
Yeah, which can actually make the job slightly more stressful as well because...
Oh, everything is so last minute. Like, Becky just worked with a brand and she's currently always booked up like 2 months in advance for work.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, well, yeah, when are you guys looking to work together? We could maybe do something in July. And they're like, oh no, we want it next Wednesday. I'm like,
guys,
are you kidding me?
And I think it's like, it's not the people that work in the company's fault. I think that it's the higher brand, like, I don't know who would even, like, it's different in each company who makes those decisions, but I think that it's really difficult for people that work for the companies as well because they have to get this fast turnaround.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like, it's stressful.
I think it's not even just like the freedom to do what you want, it's just like the flexibility of that.
Yeah, like you said earlier, like if someone was like, oh, do you want to do something next Wednesday?
During the workday, I could be like,
sure.
Yeah, I can pick up my stuff, I can leave, I can say to Cammy, hey, I'm actually going to be out, or I'm going to be at this event, or I'm going to be doing this. And it's like, yeah.
You know what's so funny? Like, this is, sometimes I have these realizations that, like, what I do is so not normal because I have a routine that's very different from other people. So instead of doing food shops, like, on a Sunday afternoon...
If you even do a food shop.
I do a food shop, but, like, I mean, like...
For the breakfast stuff because you eat out for lunch and dinner.
Yeah. So, like, Monday morning...
Yeah.
I love to, like, go... to a specific place where they have like a Starbucks and like an M&S and like a big Tesco, and I go on a Monday morning and I'll like go and get my like things for the week or whatever, and I'll go get a Starbucks and I'll go to M&S and I'll get the stir fry meal deal from M&S. It's really good, by the way, really good value for money. Anyway, I do that, and then everyone else that's there, it's like pensioners. It's like, no, you know what it is? It's me, people on maternity, or like our stay-at-home mums, stay-at-home dads, that sort of vibe, so they have their children, or it's pensioners. I am the only person my age in the vicinity. Probably doesn't help that I'm in Marks and Spencer's, but yeah.
See, like, my favourite time to go to the gym is like first thing in the morning, but realistically, I get up, I check my emails and do stuff first, and then I'm like, right, I'm going to the gym.
Right.
So I'll be there at like 10 a.m. Most people will be at work by that point.
Yeah, that means it's quiet.
So it's like a very weird mix of people that are in there. A lot of pensioners. But it's nice and quiet.
Cute. Yeah, no, that's what I was going to say. It's probably a lot better. When I do go to the gym, or when I go to like the steam room, sauna, I would say swim, but I really can't be arsed swimming. But if I go and it's like a Monday lunchtime, or like a Monday morning, again, it's dead. It's great. It is good. There's a lot of pros, but there's a lot of cons. I would say the downside of that is the fact that in terms of turning off, I was speaking to Chloe about this last night, like Chloe Fraser. We were talking about how like being able to switch off is so impossible. Like, she's an influencer and there's always that kind of pressure to be creating content, to be staying up to date with trends. Obviously from our side as well, like there's always a pressure to like kind of like reply as fast as you can. I have this like panic that I'm gonna like miss out on an opportunity if I don't check my emails. Yeah. But like, say if we're being realistic, you might miss out on an opportunity if you don't check often. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, it's difficult. Like, you will sit at 1 a.m. answering emails from people in America.
It's really bad. Cammy will already be asleep next to me and he'll be like, come on, let's go to sleep. And I'll be like, I've just got one more thing I need to check, or one more email. By the time I do that, I refresh and there's something new. I mean, this is relative. Like, if you genuinely are passionate about what you do and you love creating content, then you get to do something every day that you love.
Yeah.
And I remember when I used to work at Sainsbury's, I used to just like print out the till roll. So I'd have like plain till receipt paper and just write out YouTube ideas. and what I'm going to film when I go home, and like content ideas, and be like, this week I'm going to upload X, Y, and Z. And I'd literally write it out every shift, be like, oh, I've got this idea or something I can do. And I was always just like dreaming about being able to go home and make content. Yeah. And then I'd go and do it. And it was just like this cycle of like when I was in my 9 to 5, or I mean, it wasn't a 9 to 5 because I was at uni at the time, but you know, like I'd always be thinking about making content. And I used to vlog all my uni days, take my vlog camera in to class. Like there's videos of me in uni and in my days, like just filming myself. Like everyone just knew that's what I did.
Yes, you did, yeah.
But like it was my favourite thing in the world to do. And the fact that I'm like out a few years out of uni and this is what I'm doing, I'm making content myself, getting paid for it myself, and also helping others do the same thing. It's great. The best feeling ever. But then like the other side to that is there are a few creators I know who genuinely don't like creating content.
They don't.
It's a chore to them. They don't take it seriously. They think because they've got some followers they shouldn't have to do it or put any effort in anymore. And I'm just like, nothing wrong with not liking making content. You don't have to do it. But why make it your job if you don't like it? And like, it's a bit like, why have you got that platform?
Yeah, I think as well, like, there's some people that start it as like a hobby. They love it as a hobby, but when something can like turn into
a job,
it's maybe not as enjoyable.
I think it's so important to have hobbies as well, that you don't monetize. Like hustle culture really makes you feel like you have to monetize everything you do. There's nothing wrong with having a hobby. I got so deep into that like now when I do a hobby or like try to make time for something that isn't work related, in my back of my head I'm like, what is even the point of doing this? Like this is wasting time. And it's not. It's something that I enjoy and I like. Why can't I just be in the moment and enjoy it?
I think for probably influencers feel this, but like me and you, we like, well, I definitely find it really difficult to draw a line between my social life, my personal social life, and my work life. Because they are combined. If I have plans for a weekend, or like if I have plans during the week, it's a work event. It's not a social,
like the things that we go
event.
out for. Even though they're really fun, and like when I went to London, I had a whole day where I got up in the morning, went for breakfast with Becca. Then after that we went to the PLT showroom. Met up with Julia and Juliana. Then after that I had to go check into the hotel for a gifted stay that I got, but I had like 4 pieces of content I had to shoot for them, and I was only there for that day. So I had to shoot that content. I had an hour and a half to do that. My mum helped me. And then I had to run back into town, went to Hard Rock Piccadilly to get content for them on stories, which I loved. That was so much fun. But then after that we went straight to an event. And it's like, that's a really fun, busy day, but all of that is work. Like, I am so lucky that I got a gifted hotel stay and can say something like I got to stay at a hotel for free. But, like, I did have to take, like, a reel, a TikTok, grid post content, YouTube content, stories. And I was only there for a few hours because I was out all day. So, fitting time in for everything. It's also, like, at the showroom at PLT, making sure you're getting content for the other girls because the girls I manage are there. Helping them shoot stuff, getting stuff so that the brand are happy. Continuing to build that relationship with them. And then it's like an event at night time. I was so knackered. But it was so much fun. Like, that's one of my pros is, like, it is fun. You see people doing all this stuff and it can be exhausting, but it is so much fun.
Thing is, what I usually find is, like, well, this doesn't happen all the time, but sometimes I have weeks where maybe there's something that I'm like personally upset about or struggling with, and like I go out and I go to all these events, and then it gets to like the end of the week, and I will have enjoyed the events, but it gets to the end of the week and I feel burnt out and deflated, and I'll be like, I should be really happy right now that this is my job. I should be really happy that, like, and I'm so grateful that, like, my job includes socialising with people and, like, going to dinners and, like, free drink events, etc. Or meeting people, like, really cool people. Like, I should be so happy. But sometimes, like, when it's so busy, like, I almost feel guilty for not being like, oh my god. I'll be like, I am done in. And then I'll realise that I've not done anything that isn't work. Like, does that make sense?
One of my cons is definitely like creative burnout, like when you're making that much content and always putting yourself in front of the camera and doing stuff like that, you do get to a point where you're just like, oh, I'm just exhausted. And like the actual labor and work you're doing isn't manually tiring. We're not in the NHS, we're not doing 30-hour shifts on our feet and night shifts and stuff like that. It's just a different type of mental creative exhaustion where you're just like, I just can't. I need a break, I need some time to recover. And it's almost like you RSVP for these events and stuff, and then you don't know how you're going to feel on that day, and then you feel guilty about you can't cancel. You don't want to cancel because I mean a lot of these events, it's like the whole industry is networking. That's the most important part of like this industry. You want to make sure that you keep that relationship good, you don't cancel on them last minute, and
otherwise they might not invite you to the next thing.
It's just maintaining those relationships. And also there have been times where I'm like, oh, I don't really want to go, I'm a bit tired, and my thing is like they're always in the evening.
I like a morning event.
I love a morning event. I know that most people can't do that because other people have work and other commitments and stuff, but I'm like, most influencers and creators can do stuff during the day. Let's have more daytime events.
I know. The other thing I think, like, this goes for like hustle culture, full stop, is that I think I have made a lot of personal, not as much as many people before I say this, I feel like I've made a lot of personal sacrifices for my job and to be self-employed and to attend all these events, to build this network that I now have, and this network that has got me further. Like, for example, I totally put being a student and just going out and being like enjoying student days, put that on the back burner. I had like 6 months of being a uni student and actually just going out and enjoying being a 19-year-old. This sounds so dramatic, but like, do you know what I mean? And there's been like personal relationships. Some people will not get your job. Some people won't understand, like, you have to go to these things. You're not ignoring them. This is one thing that was once said to me, like, someone once said to me, if only you cared as much about our relationship as a restaurant opening.
Someone said that to you?
Yeah.
What the fuck? I have different social friend groups and groups of friends, and I've got friends who hang out more themselves without me in it and stuff, and like go on holiday and do fun things together, and I either can't go on those times or I don't have the funds for it and stuff. And then when I'm out at events or like, I literally went away on holiday as part of a brand deal. So like, it was a gifted trip. That's the only reason why I went away. I was like, I was there with one of my talents for free. So I always feel bad when I'm like, no, I can't pay to go on holiday because I've got other things to save for, and like, as a small business owner, like, every penny counts. But then the next week I'm on holiday anyways.
Can I make a point about that? Because remember last summer when we went to that PLT thing? So we obviously got a free hotel when we stayed there. At that point, like, being really raw here, I knew that my current employment was going to end. Like, I knew it was going to end. It was not to do with me, it was to do with the company. Anyway, I knew it was going to end. I was like, shit, I need money. Like, so we went to London. All that we really paid for was like train tickets and food. We got the hotel sorted for free. Right? And there was someone in my life at that time that couldn't understand the fact that I had to prioritise this work event rather than going on a holiday with them.
Sorry, how much did that work event also like change our lives?
Guys, I can't explain. If I hadn't gone to that,
life would not be the same right now.
And like, things that are coming up literally now wouldn't be the same.
Wouldn't even be happening.
Yeah, so and you know what? See, when you weren't there. When I was at that PLT Women's Day event, someone that was speaking literally said, when I started, it was owner of Flourish, basically. She said, when I started my business, so many personal relationships, friendships, etc. died. Some people don't get it. Sorry, I'm very passionate about this.
No,
do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
It makes sense. There's also like other things, like I've also like tried to fit in friendships with my work too, so when I get invites to events or things come up, I try to message my friends and go, are you free? Like, I've got +1 for this or +2 for this, like, would you want to come out like after their work time for drinks and stuff? And they usually can't make it, and that's fine, but like, I'm really, really busy, but at the same time I feel like someone who works a 9 to 5 is probably more restricted in their time than I am, so I sort of leave it up to other people, like if they want to do something or anything, to let me know when suits them, because I can shuffle my calendar around. I've got the flexibility and freedom for that, whereas I know they don't.
For sure.
And then I think people just think that I just don't message them or don't.
But I think, like, obviously we spend a lot of time together. We're lucky that, like, we very much have a lot of the same opinions. We have the same mindset. We kind of know how to act accordingly in a social situation that's to do with business, if that makes sense. So we do often go to things together. It just kind of like depends. For example, if I was going to like a networking like event, like I wouldn't take my friend that is I'm trying to think of all my friends do, like I wouldn't take my friends that was say like a maths student.
A lot of my friends not of interest to them.
No, I wouldn't take them. So like I don't know, but to be honest, now I don't know if you feel the same, but the only people I really see are people that work in the industry, and they're my main friends. I think I have like 3 other friends that I see often. That don't work in the industry. Like my whole world now.
I'm not even gonna lie. If it's out with of my agency, Cami or you, I don't really see that many other people. Like, I also think a big part of that is I kind of stopped drinking after uni. I'm not a big drinker. I'll have a couple big nights a year. A drink here and there. But when I go to these events and stuff, I'm sober or driving.
I
don't drink. So it's like, I would want to go to events and be there for a couple hours and then go home. I like to be in bed and home by 10.
That's like, what me and Ava always say.
Like I'm not a big drinker, a big night out person. Like, that's usually where a lot of people who have a 9 to 5, I feel like that's their relaxation and free time, is like going out to pubs and drinking, and that's just not that's not me.
No, it's not. We don't find that relaxing, but 2, if we are in that situation, we're working. Do you know what I mean?
Like, so. I mean, to be fair, like, one of the main things is like, I've had to start turning down events in Edinburgh because they're all just alcohol events, like every single, and I'm like, I don't want to go to 4 alcohol events a week when I don't drink. There's like events. I love going to Tiger Lily. I love their events. Same. Kieran is the best host ever. And it's 50-50 if I'm going to have a cocktail there or not.
But you could have a mocktail.
You can have a mocktail.
Have
like, there's so many options there, and they're so great with that. But then if a brand's emailing and like, we're doing a launch for this specific one gin at this one pub, and I'm like, I'm not going to drink. No. I'm not going to say yes to come and promote this one gin that you're promoting.
So essentially what we're saying is that having your own business, being self-employed, you do make a lot of personal sacrifice to run your business. I'm sure, like, obviously we can't speak on an influencer's behalf.
Just our own.
What I do know for a fact is that they have to be careful how far in advance they book things, because of things that can come up last minute. Like, Ava doesn't book hugely in advance.
Really?
Yeah. I just mean, like, she won't book a holiday months.
The girls will book stuff in advance and tell me, and we just block that out. And they're not that fast if they
miss
anything.
Yeah, I get you. Yeah, I think people just, it depends. It also probably depends what kind of like time in your career you're at, sort of thing as well.
I guess that also ties into, like, one of my cons is you're always working in credit. So like, you can book something and be like, I'm going to be doing that in 2 months. You're realistically not going to get the money for 3+ months.
Yeah, it's not great, guys.
Like, you're always working ahead, and you've got to try and secure work for your finances. Because if you don't get any collabs 1 month, you're screwed for that next month when money comes in. You've not got any income.
Yeah, and obviously each month is very varied. Like, I always say now, like, from kind of the last couple months onwards, when people sign, is I'm like, look, 1 month you could literally make like loads of money. The next month could be quite dry. Especially, I think it's quite shocking when you go from like November being Black Friday, Christmas period, you hit January and February.
Yeah, they're the worst months.
And then summer comes up and things are kind of like looking up. Like April, like I don't know about you, but like April literally went from like January, February, March, April.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like it's, yeah. So I think in terms of like an influencer, and obviously our like point of like our side as well, it's very kind of like you have to be good with your money.
Yeah, I also think another con is people forget that you have to do your taxes. You need to do your self-assessment. You need to declare all your income. And once you do that, the government are going to be like, you got to pay us $3,000, $5,000 by January. You have like 8 months to put that money together.
Yeah.
So this is your reminder that if you're self-employed, make sure you're putting like 20% away.
Yeah.
Just with every payment you get, just in case.
Yeah.
Because like you might think, oh, I'm making like a good salary similar to like a full-time job.
Yeah.
But you got to remember that paycheck that you get from an actual employer has national insurance and tax taken out of it.
Yeah.
You don't have that when you have your money coming in, and you still have to pay it.
Yeah.
So
I think that's also something like influencers need to be, anyone self-employed really, is like how it is best for them to run their business. For some people it would be as like a sole trader and being self-employed. I've talked to a lot of girls, and like one of the girls I'm taking on quite soon is like, when I was talking about signing her, etc., she was basically saying like she's just signed up as like a limited company and is running her business, her brand, which is her social and her modelling stuff, as a company, because that works out better for her tax wise. And also just there's many ups and downs to each, pros and cons to each, but obviously speak to an accountant about that, what's best for you. You don't need to speak to an accountant, but like, you know, helps.
yeah.
You know, the thing is, like, me and Emmy, like, you can keep this in because I feel like this is like just a little background about us, don't know. Me and Emmy are technology junkies.
Yes.
I'm
a tech nerd.
We didn't need to buy these microphones when we started this podcast. We already had them.
Yeah, but mine was gifted to me by Blue Microphones for a YouTube collaboration back in the day.
There you go.
Because I love tech.
These are
my mouse is Logitech. They also gifted me that. I love tech. I work with Adobe.
Yeah.
Dream brand.
Yeah, that's quite cool.
We do love tech.
We do. Sorry, what I was going to say there was that the other thing I think a lot of influencers face is online criticism. And I think especially in Scotland, because in Scotland there is kind of this thing of like people doing well for themselves, or people putting themselves out there. It can be quite like, as much as I think there are like Scottish people are really quite nice, I think that there is this kind of like someone's doing something a bit different, or if someone's like trying to make a name for themselves, or like, I don't know, people can kind of be a bit like, I don't know, and I think a lot of people are quite jealous. Like, I think there's a massive jealousy thing here.
I remember back in the day when I had my YouTube channel, I didn't want anyone at school to find out about it, and I had it under like a username instead of my real name, and made it hard to find, because we'd go into school and people would make YouTube videos and then be showing them to each other and laughing at each other, being like, oh, this person made a video, like how cringe and embarrassing is that? And I'd be like, I don't want anyone to see that and to like judge me. But then as soon as my Instagram got leaked, thank you Facebook for linking and telling everyone that your Facebook friend is now on Instagram.
Oh my god, stop.
Private, yeah. So that's how everyone I went to school with. This was like the day I left school.
Oh, right.
So I was like, thank God I don't have to be there, but I wasn't ready for anyone to see it.
Yeah.
I wanted to have like over 10k.
Yeah.
So to be like less judged.
Yeah.
And I had 6k at the time.
That's still, for being
YouTube.
in high school.
Yeah.
That's
back in
good.
2015.
Yeah.
But I got messages from
Did you
people
leave
I was
school
in
in
school.
2015?
Yeah. I got messages from people being like, oh my god, your YouTube channel, like, you got so many followers, like, that's so cool.
Exactly.
I didn't know that you did this and that.
Yeah.
But I was like, I know if I had 100 followers or subscribers, that they wouldn't be saying that.
I know. And now it's so easy to like say things anonymously. Do you remember Ask FM?
Yes.
Oh my god, well now I'm not going to name the site, but there is a site where people like really go in and say awful things.
There's I remember like the OG YouTubers talking about it. I think the one in America is called like Guru
Gossip.
Is that it? And like this was back in the day when like Perez Hilton was still posting. It was like drama, gossip websites and forums and the peak of Gossip Girl era and stuff like that. Like that was a big thing.
Well, like obviously, like I'm not going to sit here and say I haven't read it. Like I think we are very aware of it and we get sent things that have been on it, like screenshots of things, and like because
Julia was on one. She posted one on her Instagram story.
Well, yeah, I think because a lot of influencers obviously read things about themselves, which you absolutely should not do. I'm a big believer now in what you don't know can't hurt you.
Yeah.
Like, and that's something I never thought I would be like that, because I always wanted to know what people were saying about me. I always wanted to know what everyone was doing. And now I'm like, no.
Other people's opinions of you aren't any of your business.
Yeah. Exactly.
It's not going to do anything other than hurt your feelings. If they're not in your friend group or in your direct life, then why do you care what they're saying?
But yeah, some of the things are awful. Like, really awful, some of the things said.
All these places seem to have like insider knowledge or know things before they're public, and I'm like, how do you know? Like, you must be so connected and close to this person. It must be someone in their inner circle. It's someone in their circle. And I'm like, how horrible of a human being do you have to be for that?
I remember, like, when Ellie Darby, that whole situ happened, like, people that lived on her street were like, her Tesla isn't in her driveway today.
Oh my God.
They were like, they've, like, basically they went off to America for, like, quite a while. They've said that now, and they posted about it when they came back online. But everyone on this gossip website already knew
that she wasn't there.
That she wasn't home. That's really scary, by the way. It's just like, it's bizarre. But it's like, also, what I don't get is like, if you've noticed something, if you have heard gossip, if you whatever, can you not just like tell your immediate friends? Like, everyone can be a gossiper, right? Like, everyone speaks to their friends about things, everyone, like, to an extent. And I just don't understand, like, what is the need to go and, like, actually post it on a website?
Publicly, yeah.
Like, put it in your group chat and leave it there. Do you know what I mean? I just don't really get it.
No, like, it's like, if you're already doing that, if you're already sharing it with people, and that's not enough for you, that you have to go out your way, make a private, anonymous account with none of your personal information to talk about it with strangers.
It's quite scary. It's quite concerning.
But
to me,
I mean, a lot of people say that it comes with the job and you just got to deal with it. I think there's like a 50-50. Like, if you're going to put yourself and your life out there publicly, you're going to have to take some criticism. Like, not everyone's going to
like you,
agree. I know. I remember someone told me that I didn't wash a potato right in one of my what I eat in a day. And someone else gave me advice on how to waste less water when doing my dishes, because that was like in a vlog.
Right.
And it's stuff like, okay, like I put that video out there for people to see. If they want to leave comments about it, then that's fine.
Yeah.
But I know a YouTuber just had to turn off all of her comments on one video. One of her like, she's a wellness lifestyle. She's a Gymshark athlete. She does what I eat in a day, and people were just telling her like, you have an eating disorder the way you're eating. And she's like seeing a nutritionist. She's running a marathon. She's training for the marathon. So her diet's tailored with a nutritionist to help her make sure, because she's healing her stomach issues. She's got a lot of gut health and problems, so she's eating and drinking certain probiotics and foods to like fix that. And people are like, you have an eating disorder, you're glamorizing eating disorders and stuff. And she's like, I don't have an eating disorder, like I'm being advised by medical professionals and nutritionists, and this is what works for me. And she's like, I openly say what I do isn't going to be,
can you please send me this woman, because I need to know how she is healing her gut.
But it's like things like that. Like, there's if you post stuff, some people are going to disagree with what you say and what you do.
Yeah.
But there's such an intensity of it online, and people forget, like, there's another human. There's another human.
I think people really forget that anything that they do or anything that they say, like, that's awful, it's like, there is another human being at the receiving end of this. Like, they are just as much of a human as you.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people probably have had to, like, develop a pretty thick skin.
I also think people forget that just because someone has a lot of followers doesn't mean that they don't see what you say and what you post.
We've said this before, but see when people accidentally
send stuff to the creator instead of their friend gossiping.
It's like, guys, see if you're gonna, like, first of all, just don't be that much of like a gossip or a nasty person. But everyone's been there where they've been like, oh, look at this, like, this is a weird. Can you not just like text your friends?
Did you see Cardi B posted screenshots? There was one girl on Instagram and Twitter like replying to, like, Cardi B had posted a photo and they were commenting underneath, like, she's a predator, like, don't support her, blah blah, posting stuff publicly. Cardi posted the screenshots of that girl's DMs where she's like, I love you, you're my idol, like, for years going back, all this fan stuff. She still follows her, and she's like, sorry, what are you saying? Like,
wow,
yeah,
that's bold. But I think what the overall thing as well is, like, there are a lot harder jobs than being an influencer, or a lot harder jobs than, like, what we do. Oh my god, this is an example. So last Saturday I was out for dinner with one of my friends that is a nurse, and she's about to be qualified as a staff nurse. And she was kind of like explaining what she has to do. She was telling me, like, not specific stories of people or anything like that, but like some of the things that she has to deal with. And I sat there and I literally said to her, I was like, I could never do that. Like, I don't think you understand. Like, I could never do that.
Yeah.
I'm not capable of that. Like, well done you. Because seriously, like, some people deal with, like, life or death matters.
Yeah.
Like, our job is not the hardest thing in the world, and an influencer's job is not the hardest thing in the world.
Oh, no.
It's frustrating,
definitely.
definitely.
Like, there's pros and cons with every job in every industry, and there's always going to be some job that's harder than the other, or outdoing the other, or you know. So I mean, everyone has to do all these jobs. Someone's got to do them.
Yeah. And so, well done to those that do. This is just like a random added extra thing that, like I just said to Amy earlier, I literally obviously sit on my laptop from like 9 a.m. to like 5 p.m. like answering emails. Like, not all the time, I'll stop for lunch, etc. But I do stare at a laptop most of my life. It gets to like 4 p.m.
Oh yeah.
I stand up and I literally feel the room spinning.
I'm like, how do people do like normal 9 to 5s on computers? Like,
I don't know.
I mean, to be fair, I should be wearing my glasses, and I don't. But
well, like,
I'm exhausted.
I work. Well, yeah. Why is it so tiring? Why is staring at a computer like? Oh, it's just my brain, in my head, like, it hurts.
I think we need to take more regular breaks, like 15-minute little bits here and there, and make sure we're focused. Instead
of doing my food shop first thing, maybe I should do my food shop at lunchtime. Or at the end.
I think that covers
most things.
Most things. These are just some points that people don't realise or don't think about when coming into this industry. Just pros and cons, you know, Insta versus reality, what it's actually really like.
I think we're also going to have a chat about burnout in the next couple of weeks as well.
Yeah.
And like how we deal with burnout. We don't. Try to think, like, we do have quite a few planned episodes coming up. Hopefully they will be more regular for you. Yeah, let us know if there's anything in particular you want to see. Keep an eye out for some of the things that we are going to be getting up to. Have a great week, and
I'll see you guys
in the next one.
Soon.
Bye.
Bye.